MSP. You might think it stands for must stay poor, because that's how it feels, right? You're working 60, 70 hours a week, clients texting your text at midnight, tickets going stale, projects running behind, no one following the process, and you're the one stuck pulling every damn lever. If this is success, fuck all that. Here's the deal. I've been in the MSP trenches for over 40 years, and I've watched hundreds of owners get trapped in the same cycle. They're drowning in operations chaos, missing their kids' soccer games, and wondering if they've hit their ceiling as a business owner. Sound familiar? The forums are full of MSP owners saying the same thing. My techs don't follow the process. I can't scale without working more hours. The big tech companies are eating our lunch. And you know what? They're right, but not for the reason they think. See, the MSP industry has fundamentally shifted. It's not about break-fix anymore. It's not even about managed services the way we used to know them. Today's market demands sophisticated business operations and leadership. Technical excellence alone, that's table talk now. It won't get you to the next level. And here's what nobody's telling you. 90% of MSP owners are trapped in a cycle that guarantees they'll never scale beyond glorified help desk status. With Microsoft and Google slowly sucking up services that used to be our bread and butter, you either build a real service delivery engine or you become another casualty of market consolidation. But I'm going to show you exactly how to break free. The same system that helped a client of mine, Ruben Camp, scale to 50 plus employees and over 2,000 endpoints. The framework that gave Lee Miller complete visibility into where every hour goes. The blueprint that let Philip Bauman finally step out of service delivery and get his life back. This is the IT Service Run Guide for MSPs, and it's about to change everything. Point number one, the real problem. You don't have a system, you have duct tape. Let me tell you about Bruce. Not his real name, but his story's real enough. He called me at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday, voice cracking with exhaustion. Manny, he said, I'm working 65 hours a week. I haven't made it to a single one of my daughter's recitals this year. Every time I step away, something breaks. I feel like I'm the human glue holding everything together. And that's when it hit me. Bruce didn't have a business. He had a job that owned him. Here's the truth that most MSP owners don't want to hear. You need a system, not a vendor solution, not a 5-step cheat sheet. I'm talking about a real service delivery engine, one that runs whether you're in the room or not. Most MSPs are flying blind. They've duct taped boards, ticket types, and workflows together and hope for the best. Hope isn't a strategy, and it definitely won't scale. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper on the foundation of sand. You can add more floors, you can hire more people, buy better tools, but eventually, the whole thing's going to collapse under its own weight. That's your MSP right now. You're building on sand, not on bedrock. The forums are full of MSP owners complaining that their business is different or unique. But you know what I've learned after working with hundreds of MSPs all around the world? You're all making the same fundamental mistake. You're trying to scale chaos. You're trying to systematize randomness. You're trying to build a machine out of rubber bands and prayers. When you're the system, you can never leave the system. You're not building a business, you're building a prison with yourself as both the warden and the inmate. And here's the kicker. Your clients can feel it. They know when your service delivery is held together with duct tape. They experience the inconsistency, the dropped balls, the different answers from different techs. It's eroding their trust, and eventually, they're leaving for someone who has their operations dialed in. The IT Service Run Guide fixes this by creating a complete operational blueprint. We're talking about your roles, boards, ticket flows, escalation paths, SOPs, scheduling, metrics, everything. Not theory, not another workbook collecting dust on your shelf. A real implementable system that transforms chaos into predictable, scalable operations. Point number two, why your techs don't follow process and the hidden cost of chaos. Here's something that'll make you uncomfortable. Your techs aren't the problem. You are. I know. Stay with me here. Your techs aren't lazy or incompetent. They're operating in chaos because you've given them chaos to operate in. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine running a restaurant where every order goes to a different kitchen. Every chef uses different recipes, and the manager changes the menu mid-service. That's your MSP right now. And then you wonder why your techs can't follow process? Lee Miller told me something that stuck with me. He said, Manny, time used to be a black hole. We had no idea where it went or who was using it. We'd bill for 30 hours, but somehow worked 60. The math never added up. Sound familiar? That's what happens when you don't have a real service delivery engine. You're hemorrhaging time, money, and talent. But here's the part that nobody talks about. The hidden cost. Every time a tech doesn't follow process, it costs you. Not just in your network, not just in your rework or unhappy clients. It costs you in ways you can't even see. It costs you in the talented tech who quits because they're tired of the chaos. It costs you in the client who doesn't renew because service is inconsistent. It costs you in the referrals you never get because nobody's excited about mediocre service. I had another client, let's call him Tom, who calculated that his lack of process was costing him $200,000 a year. That's $200,000. That's not revenue. That's pure profit walking out the door because his techs were reinventing the wheel every single day. The IT Service Run Guide solves this by creating clear roles, defined boards, predictable ticket flows, and escalation paths that work whether you're there or not. It's not about making your techs follow process. It's about creating process so clear and logical, so efficient that following them is easier than not following them. We implement what we call the 20-mile march approach, continuous incremental improvement. Every day, every ticket, every interaction follows the same proven framework. What gets measured gets done. And suddenly, your techs aren't fighting the system, they're flowing with it. Point number 3, the service delivery engine, the path from technician to CEO. Let's talk about the transformation that really matters. It's not about working harder or hiring more techs. It's about building an operational blueprint that runs your business so you can run your life. Think about your MSP like a high-performance engine. Right now, the engine, you're burning yourself out at 7,000 RPMs just to keep the business moving. But what if the business was the engine and you were the driver? That's what the IT Service Run Guide creates. We're building the entire structure, your roles, boards, ticket flows, escalation paths, SOPs, scheduling, metrics, everything. This isn't theory. It's not another masterclass where you sit in the bleachers taking notes. It's a live training experience where we build your engine together. Philip Bauman said it best. Manny gives us the system to actually step out of our service delivery. We finally got our life back. That's not hyperbole. That's what happens when you stop being the bottleneck and start being the CEO. Here's what this looks like in practice. Monday morning, you walk into your office, or better yet, you don't. Your service delivery engine is already humming. Tickets are flowing through defined channels. Your level 1 techs are handling what they should handle. Escalations are happening automatically based on criteria. Your service manager has dashboards showing exactly where everything stands. No more being human router for every decision. No more quick questions that turn into hour-long firefighting sessions. No more wondering if things are getting done right when you're not watching. And here's the part that gets me excited. When that engine's finally humming, that's when we add the advanced strategies that take you from good to unstoppable. But you can't add nitrox to a broken engine. You've got to build the engine first. The market really is brutal. MSPs are popping up everywhere like Tim Hortons. Big tech is slowly eating our traditional services. If you're competing on price or trying to out-hustle everyone else, you've already lost. You compete on systems. You compete on predictable, scalable service delivery that clients can count on. Point number 4, why this training is different and why most MSPs training fails. Here's my contrarian take. The MSP community is full of cookie-cutting training that teaches you to be a better technician. I'm here to teach you to be a CEO. Most training programs are giving you a fish. They hand you a template, scripts, maybe some best practices. Then they send you on your way and wish you luck. 6 months later, you're back where you started because you never learned how to build the system yourself. The IT Service Run Guide is different. This isn't a masterclass. It's not a workbook. It's a live training experience with me in the gym, not from the sidelines. Think of it like this. You wouldn't learn to swim by watching videos about swimming. You'd get in the pool with the instructor who's right there with you, correcting your form, pushing you when you need it, making sure you don't drown. That's what we do. We don't just talk about process, we build our process. We don't just discuss workflows, we create your workflows. By the end, you have a service delivery engine that's ready to run, grow, and finally let you breathe. You know what really frustrates me? Seeing MSP owners buy another tool, thinking it solves their problem. Another PSA, another RMM, another dashboard. But tools without systems are just expensive decorations. It's like buying a Formula One steering wheel for a go-kart. See, it looks professional, but it's not making you any faster. What makes the IT Service Run Guide work is that we build the system first. Then we optimize the tools to support it, not the other way around. Your PSA becomes a force multiplier, not another source for frustration. And when you're ready, when your engine is built and tested and running smooth, that's when we add the advanced strategies, the agile service delivery, and the business strategy lifecycle. The continuous improvement frameworks that separate the good from the great. But here's what I need you to understand. This training only runs once the cycle, and seats are limited for a reason, because this is hands-on. This is me working with you, building your specific systems for your specific business, not generic advice, not theoretical frameworks. Your system, your engine, your path to freedom. By the way, if you want to see exactly how this framework transforms your daily operations, I put together a detailed breakdown at mannypalachuk.com/getyourops-on. It shows you the before and after of what your service delivery looks like once the engine is built. Check it out. The link's in the description below. Here's what we've covered today. MSP doesn't have to mean must stay poor. The difference between MSPs that struggle and MSPs that scale isn't technical skill. It's having a real service delivery engine, not duct tape workflows, not hope and a prayer, a systematic blueprint that runs without you. Imagine walking into your MSP tomorrow knowing that your tickets are flowing properly, your techs are following the process, and your clients are getting consistent, predictable service, whether you're there or not. That's not a pipe dream. That's what happens when you build the right foundation. Here's what I haven't told you yet. There's one critical mistake that kills more MSP transformations than anything else, and it happens the first 30 days of implementation. Most owners don't even see it coming. You've learned why most MSPs stay trapped in operational chaos. Now you need to know the exact implementation strategies that prevent prevent failure. Because knowing the system is only half the battle. Executing it without breaking the operations, that's where the real skill comes in. The IT Service Run Guide for MSPs is where you build that engine. Ready to stop being must-stay poor and start being CEO of your business needs? Click the link below, register now. Let's fix the foundation once and for all.